Yup, yup. Yup, yup. Yup, yup. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the number one podcast about Harold in Noonan. I was going to say the number one podcast in Noonan, but I actually think there's another one.
I have no idea.
I think it's like, or there used to be, it's like the sheriff's department or something would do a podcast. Maybe they just did like a video series or something. I know I've seen people talk wearing sheriff's outfits, and it was in Noonan. I might just be thinking of the police show that's on TV now.
Cops?
No, they have it's like Cops, but and they follow Noonan around. You haven't heard about this?
I know Who Let the Dogs Out.
What does that mean?
From the show. Who Let the Dogs Out? That was Cops. So that's what I'm imagining right now while you're
thinking
talking.
Of Bad Boys, Bad Boys?
I don't know anymore.
Because that's the theme song for Cops is Bad Boys, Bad Boys. What you gonna do?
Well, what am I thinking about?
You're thinking of Baja Men's Who Let the Dogs Out.
Whoops.
Oh my God. I'm pretty sure that has nothing to do with Cops. But maybe it does. If you're listening and you're like, Baja Men's Who Let the Dogs Out has to do with Cops. Let me know. But are you thinking of like the theme of Cops?
Yeah.
That would be Bad Boys. Very different. You are a foolish fool. But I love you. Oh, yes. This is me, Harold, the dog that got let out. And I'm joined today by girlfriend extraordinaire. We decided Hanley, right?
Yes.
We've done 2 episodes together now. And the first time we came up with Hanley, and the second time I forgot.
Well, the first time you came up with Hanley and you were really excited. And the second time you're like, why is your name Hanley?
Because it doesn't make sense because it's not your real name. I want to call you by your real name. But we're not gonna. Because no one will know it otherwise. If you're listening to this, you do not know her real name. What was that noise? Is that our cat?
Yeah, that's Panda.
Panda. We have 2 cats. One is Neighbor, which we talk about often. And then the other is Panda. Named after Gabby's dollhouse? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Pandy Paws.
Because of Pandy Paws, which I've never seen Gabby's dollhouse. I don't know what it is about.
Well, my daughter really likes it, and so I, by default, also must like it.
That's fair. That's fair. My daughter really likes watching TikTok. What is happening, cat? All right, we apologize. Our cat is hunting something, I believe.
Oh, there's a flying insect
Oh,
inside.
there's a flying insect, and so our cat will be busy hunting down a fly and talking to us. This is our chubby cat. We got one cat that's slim. We got one cat that's chubby.
He still believes in himself, though. Like, he thinks he's going to jump that high and catch that bug.
Well, the listeners don't know how high it is.
It's on the ceiling.
On the ceiling. All right. I don't even see the bug. We got bugs in our house, y'all. Folks, we's got bugs. Anyways, today we're talking about our trip that we took this past weekend to Valdosta State University, where we went to a anime con as a very late birthday gift to Hanley.
Yeah, my birthday's in April. But the gift itself was not late. He bought tickets for this and gave them to me on my birthday.
Right, I get it. We did other stuff for your birthday too.
Yeah.
It wasn't like happy birthday in the beginning of November. My therapist is very specific that for my mental health, I need to have things that I'm not going to talk a lot about mental health. Don't roll your eyes at me.
I didn't.
I know you didn't.
Telling such lies about me.
You turned your head, so technically in a way you rolled your eyes. Because when your head moves, your eyes roll. But you didn't roll.
You caught me in thought.
What were you thinking?
I was like, should I talk about why we were doing other things on my birthday? It's because your mommy was sick.
Yeah, my mom had a brain aneurysm, stroke in her brain.
Uh-huh. I don't remember which one they decided it was, because at first they thought it was one, and then they said it was the other.
Yeah, I can't remember which one was which. But we had plans to go to Tybee, and then my mother ended up in the hospital in Tennessee. So we spent her birthday up in Tennessee. But we did the aquarium and stuff, and we did gifts, and we did a dinner. So we didn't just sit at a hospital, but part of your birthday was spent at the hospital, which is a callback to your original birthday when you were born. You know what? You're the kind of person who might not have been born in a hospital. Were you born in a hospital? I can see you being born like on a basement floor on some concrete boxes in a sleeping bag.
I mean, it was a hospital in Riverdale, Georgia, so you're not far off.
I don't know anything about Riverdale.
It's not a great place. I mean, it's not the worst, but it's not good.
It's not good. And that's not an insult to you that you would be, oh, don't drink your drink yet. We have to toast.
Oh, sorry.
We're using our Halloween cups for the last time.
They're plastic, so
They're
I made a
plastic,
clinking sound.
so we have to make a clink sound. And we're drinking Fireball whiskey. Mine is empty. Not trying to insult you by saying you would be born. You're a baby. You don't have any control over where you're born.
Thank you.
And not trying to insult your family either. But I guess
yeah, you are.
Yeah, a little bit. That's not really an insult. I think it's funny.
I mean, we already talked about them on the methasode.
Right. Go back to the methasode.
That
Listen
tracks.
to the methasode and then tell me you don't think she was born on a basement floor on a cardboard box. Because I think it would kind of go hand in hand. But as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by a different train of thought by myself, I interrupted myself. My therapist says it's very important for me and my depression and my suicidal thoughts to have things to look forward to, as far away into the future as I can get. So when it came to getting tickets to something, I was like, all right, I'm going to look along into the future because I know we ain't going to break up. So what can I have to look forward to? So it was kind of a gift to me as well because I also got to come to Valdosta State University for TigerCon 2024.
And my birth is also a gift to you, and so really everything was about you.
That's not fair.
No, it's not. He was very sweet on my birthday.
Thank you.
And every day.
And every day. Don't you roll your eyes.
You were very convinced I'm going to roll my eyes. Watch. Do you see how still they are?
Yeah, listeners, do you see how still her eyes are? It's like you've forgotten how podcasts work.
No, I was talking to you.
Yeah, they look good. You have
Thank
good
you.
eyes.
I was keeping them still.
You have good eyeballs, girl. Sorry, we're getting smoogly. Y'all don't want to hear that. So, fast forward from April in the hospital to Friday morning, packing up, ready to go to Valdosta. And I've never been to Valdosta before. Is this your first time in Valdosta?
It's my first time stopping there. I've waved at it when going to Florida.
Wait, did you really wave? Did you have a reason to be like, wow, Valdosta, of all the places?
No, I know that that's about the place to stop for gas before you cross into Florida.
Oh, we didn't. Yeah, gotcha. Well, we were gonna go. We were gonna win, and we went. And I guess we'll say some interesting things for the listeners. I don't know. How do you describe what Valdosta was like? Had a little bit of Griffin to it.
Yeah,
certain spots.
It did feel like Griffin. It had that downtown area where you can tell that some stuff used to be nice. No, Valdosta was nicer than Griffin, though.
A little bit.
Maybe,
but if I had to compare it to a Coweta County area,
yeah,
it reminded me the most of Griffin. Because we even drove through Griffin on our way to Valdosta. And then when we got to when we went to the liquor store in Valdosta, that felt like Griffin. That area was very much Griffin. There were just little pops of ugly, gross.
I think you're referring to socioeconomic hardships.
Are you trying to...
Poverty. It did not seem like a place with a lot of wealth.
And well, in fairness, they got hit by the hurricane too.
Oh yeah, that place got trashed.
So I bet it was actually nicer there before the hurricane came through and messed it up. So there were lots of tarps and trees and debris and stuff like that made it where it did not look as nice as it probably looks typically. Like if we would have gone 6 months ago, it probably would have looked nicer. Mm-hmm. So that's not poverty's fault. That is Mother Nature, and that's the ultimate poverty. Whoa, that's really deep. Pretty good, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So I would say Griffin, most like Griffin.
Yeah, from this area, yeah.
But then Valdosta State was really nice.
That seems to be kind of common, where you have these college towns where the college is really nice, but everything around it is poor.
I think that's fair. I didn't go to college, though, so I did not know that that's what college is typically like. Is that what it's like over at, like, UGA and places like that?
You don't want to get me on a whole rant. Yes. Yes. So Athens Clarke County is
Is
like
this the rant?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, cool.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
get short. It is like the poorest for a county of its size in Georgia. It also neighbors the richest, which is Oconee County. But you get all these people for UGA that they come and they move to Oconee County because they're like teaching there, or they just can. But all this income, it like flows into Oconee County, while Athens, it just stays so poor. And it creates this huge wealth disparity. Like the homeless population out there is huge.
Is it really?
Yes. So that is the summary of my rant.
And this is coming from someone who went to UGA, so this is not just someone who goes and makes fun of it.
Oh yeah, and we talked a lot about it in the social work program. So
About why it's like that?
yeah, and just like examples of that. It was just something that we cared about.
I assume that people in UGA only care about sports.
That's the white men.
That's the white men. Yeah, you're not a sportser. It's pretty easy to make you switch allegiance last year for Alabama, Georgia.
Yeah, it didn't take a
I was
lot.
able to be like, yo, girl, you my girlfriend. You got to like Alabama. And you're like, all right,
Give me some earrings.
give me something pretty. You're not a white man. That seems like I may be offensive. If you're listening to this and you're not a white man and you like UJ football, that's okay too, you know? You're not all like my girl. My girl just don't like the sports that much. Do you feel like you like sports less now that you're with me or more? I know for a while there we watched sports, but now we kind of got out of it.
Oh, I definitely like it more now.
Oh, yeah? Do you understand it better?
Yeah, I just had never had a reason to understand it before.
Yeah, that's fair.
No one in my life cared about it.
That's fair. I care as far as an entertainment purpose. I like being entertained. And apparently Valdosta State's got a nice football team.
I know it exists.
They're the Blazers? Is that what
Oh, yeah, because we
just
were
said they
wondering, like, what even is that?
What is a blazer?
Other than a thing you wear, and when you wear it, you look sexy.
When I wear a Valdosta State
No, a blazer.
football jersey, I look sexy. I think I'd look sexy in a jersey if I was playing sports. I was a little sports player, throwing a little pigskin around.
What is this voice?
That's my sports voice. It's not offensive. It's sports, y'all. Y'all would be nice. So the drive there to the old Valdosta, I guess this podcast, we're just going to talk about what happened one by one and say all the different things. Maybe something interesting will come of it.
Yeah, we didn't plan it.
What?
What we were just like, oh, we'll talk about our trip.
That is behind the scenes information we don't point out. We don't tell the listener that we didn't plan it.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
two whoopsies for me on this podcast.
I roll. No, you're getting it. No, you're getting it. We planned. Oh, never mind. I'm just going to let it go. Easy drive. Pretty easy drive down there, yeah?
I like the company.
That me?
Yeah.
Those other cars? Didn't hit any bad traffic. It wasn't super ugly. We drove through Griffin for most of it. We drove through Griffin. We drove through Sonoy. And we drove through grassland. There's just a bunch of grass.
A lot of roadkill at one point. That
Yeah.
part sucked. You're getting a phone call.
I'm going to scam likely phone call at 8:40 on a Monday night. That's weird. Wonder what it's going to be.
You could answer it on the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Let's do
It's
it.
probably nonsense about elections.
Hello?
Hello, this is an urgent message from our approval department regarding your loan options. According to our records, you may pre-qualify for a loan of up to $68,000 with monthly payments starting as low as $450. To connect with a loan
that not a
specialist,
good loan?
press 2. To decline and be added to the do not call list, press 9.
Oh, is that going to work? 9.
You have been added to our do not call list. Please allow 24 hours to take effect.
So now they're just going to
Call
call you
me
for
for
a different number.
4 hours. I did all the driving for this trip. Not that my delightful Hanley didn't offer, But I felt like that was my responsibility since it was her birthday trip. So for me, the drive was pretty easy. I was able to just get in cruise control and just chill out most of the time, bro. It was an easy drive. And then we got in Friday night, checked into our hotel. We stayed at the Fairfield Inn and Suites, right? Mm-hmm. Not a great hotel.
It was sufficient.
It was sufficient. We weren't in there a lot, but the bed did not do well on your back.
I didn't see any bugs.
Didn't see any bugs.
We didn't get trapped in the elevator.
Oh, God. We didn't really use the elevator, but true. Girl over here is scared of elevators, y'all.
You get stuck in one once.
Did you get stuck in one?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
That's the root of it.
When?
When I was young, I was probably like 14, but I was in Florida with my friend and her family. We got stuck in this.
How long?
It wasn't a super long time. It wasn't like days and days. It was maybe like an hour, but it was enough.
Yeah, an hour stuck in an elevator sounds absolutely terrible. Is it like the movies where like somebody gets over the intercom and talks to you and tells you, like keeps you up to date as they work on it?
No, eventually we just were able to leave.
You were just stuck in an elevator for an hour.
Nothing really happened. We just were able to leave.
Like the elevator started working again? Or did they pry open the door as a fireman?
There wasn't a fireman. I'm trying to remember. It was so long ago, but there was nothing like significant that happened. We just could leave.
I'm so confused by what you mean by that.
I'll follow up with her and be like, "Hey, do you remember the specific
Who's her?
details?
Who was this?
Remember I told you about DeFlava? Her last name was DeFlavis, and now I put that out there. But I called her DeFlava
Okay.
because that's a bad choice. But at 14, I thought it was a good choice.
Yeah, that's fine. We all do terrible, horrible, horrible things when we're 14. That's yours. Mm-hmm. And you guys were just for an hour, and no one was talking to you?
No, I don't remember anybody talking to us. It was a really terrible motel. We traveled a lot with them. He's the one that used to get us in a Dragon Con for free. Like, for his work, he traveled.
The dad?
Yeah.
That's so scary.
So now, whenever it's convenient, I take the stairs. And convenient is anything between, like, 1 and 4 flights.
I hate that story so much. No, I feel sick. So we hung out in downtown Valdosta for a little bit. Kind of lame.
It was a weird experience. Like, I thought, okay, this is a college town. It's a Friday night. Something will be just easy to see for us to just go to for a little bit. It wasn't.
Yeah, there was nothing popping.
We had to Google it. And then we accidentally found a weird place. I liked it, though.
What made it weird?
You walk in, and it was like a tiny bowling alley, but not. It was a bar, but they just had some random bowling lanes.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know what they call the bowling, where it's like the little balls and there's ropes tied to all the bowling pins. I know there's a name for it. Scratch bowling, mini bowl.
Hamster bowl.
Hamster bowl. Probably that one. That's probably what it was. Oh, hamster bowl. And they had that, and that was cute. And it made me think like that. I do wish Noonan had more things like that, where it wasn't crowded. It was chill. I think it would get crowded in Noonan real quick. But there was like 6 other people there. It was easy to get drinks. We had good drinks. Didn't bowl because I don't know why we didn't bowl. Just didn't want to bowl. We played checkers. You destroyed me. It wasn't even fun.
I had a great time playing checkers.
Now, the way TigerCon was, and I don't think, like I keep wondering, would something like that work in Coweta County? It was you don't think so?
I've never considered it. Now I am.
Yeah, it was a very small anime convention, which anime is a type of animated Japanese television. I guess that's the right way to describe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it have to be Japanese for it to be considered anime? Like, can you have Americanized anime?
I feel like there's probably a whole debate about this that we are just not informed enough.
You talk.
Like, I have seen people refer to American things as anime. Like, I have seen things like Avatar referred to as anime. But I think technically it needs to be Japanese.
A style of Japanese film and television animation typically aimed at adults as well as children. Boom. Apparently it's got to be Japanese. But we like anime. We're not super nerds about anime. Like, there are people who are obsessed with anime, and it bleeds over into everything. But we both have a few anime shows that we enjoy watching. Or I think it's more so they were bigger parts of our past, right?
It's the nostalgia.
Yeah. My favorites are One Piece and My Hero Academia and probably Soul Eater. Those are probably my 3 favorites.
I grew up watching things very stereotypical, so things like Inuyasha, Fruits Basket, or on High School Host Club, that kind of stuff.
You like Sailor Moon? Is Sailor Moon an
Oh
anime?
yeah, Sailor Moon.
That's the big one for you.
Yeah.
So we dressed up though. This is my first time ever attending a con where I dressed up. I've been to Furry Con because my stepson is a furry, and I've been to Pride festivals and stuff like that. But I don't think that's a con. You're not like celebrating.
You don't dress up as a gay. You arrive there as one.
I don't know.
That's fair.
I don't
That's a
know.
good point, yeah.
There are a lot of straight people, I think, that get caught up in gay culture and do things that aren't appropriate.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially when you go to the things, which if you're being supportive and you're not hurting anyone, perfectly fine. Just like if you're a furry. If you're a furry and you're not hurting anyone, you're not being disgusting and making people uncomfortable, totally fine. I think it's all fine. Anime Con was almost exclusively people dressed up from animes, but there was some video games. There's a minion. A guy just dressed as a minion. Mm-hmm. A lot of Mario characters.
You get the random like superheroes thrown
Yeah,
in.
a lot of superheroes. A lot of people just enjoyed dressing up, but we dressed up as Todoroki from My Hero Academia. He has ice powers and fire powers because his father had fire powers and his mother had ice powers, and they made him. But then his dad ended up being a bad man, and so he's a disgruntled youth.
Yeah, and when he says we dressed as Todoroki, like we both dressed as this one character. And so the character is male, but I dressed as like a gender bent version of that character. And somebody saw us when we first got to the convention. So one of the very first things we heard said to us was, double the Todorokis, double the trauma.
And then we got a lot of, oh my God, you're both Todoroki. And then Hanley got questioned a few times, like, wait, are you Todoroki? You're a girl. So she got called out for that one.
Ooh.
But for the most part, we were quite popular. A lot of people wanted pictures, which we have posted them on the Herald social media. So if you see Herald social media, you'll see me with my beautiful mustache and my Todoroki costume, and Hanley with her Todoroki genderbend costume. I don't think you're supposed to call it costume. You're supposed to call it cosplay,
Yeah, you are.
which I don't get. I guess it's just so grown-ups feel more grown-up. Like if you see a kid on Halloween, even if they made their costume themselves, you don't gonna call it a cosplay. You're gonna call it a costume.
I'm sure there's a reason that's just
Let's
we're
look
not
up the
enough
definition.
in the culture for. Again, we are casual.
Very
We're
cash.
visitors of this realm. We don't reside there.
The practice of dressing up as a character from a movie, book, or video game. And the definition of a costume: a set of clothes in a style typical of a particular country or historical period. Oh. That doesn't seem right.
That doesn't seem right.
Nah, screw the internet. They don't know nothing. So we got there and we did some shopping. There was lots of little booths set up with merch, handmade merches, and then some places that were just regular old merches. We bought some stuff. You bought more stuff than me.
I bought so many scrunchies. Most things that they had there were keychains and stickers.
So imagine like you go to a Noonan Con and everyone's dressed up as their favorite like redneck or favorite cowboy or favorite Donald Trump. And you go to little tables, and it's like, oh, it's kind of like market day.
Yeah, it's kind of like market day.
Market day with costumes is
Yeah.
one of the best ways I would describe it. But then there were panels and there were special things like special presentations and stuff, which set it apart from. There weren't many, but they did a few things. Like if you ever been to a Dragon Con or something, there's celebrities and huge parades and stuff like that. This was like the watered down diet Dr. K version of that. It's not even name brand. Great value soda of that, I would say.
They gave us free food, and you're not going to get that at Dragon Con.
Yeah, but the free food was like week-old pizza.
Yeah, that's true.
I think they just went to Valdosta dorms and they were like, nope, you got any pizza? Because we need it. There was always plenty, though. There's always plenty of pizza, which was cool. And then at Valdosta State, they had a Moe's and a Chick-fil-A and a Starbucks.
My favorite thing about the venue is that the Valdosta police that were working the event were so nice.
Oh, were those Valdosta police?
I believe so.
Oh.
So, like, Valdosta State University will have their own police, and then I don't know if the city has their own, but I believe that was, like, the campus police.
Oh, he was really nice. The redhead guy?
The one that took our picture?
Yeah, was he
Yeah, there were a
redhead?
few of them that were just really nice.
Colorblind.
There was just that one
Colorblind.
guy.
Was he redhead? Was he redhead?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Thought
I
he was.
thought you were saying he was colorblind. Like, how do you know that
No,
about
no,
him?
no. Why else would he look like that? Am I right? No, he was fine looking. He was a short redhead with... Yeah, he was fine. I don't know why we're talking so much about him.
Just because it was a nice thing that was there.
Yeah, he seemed like in a good mood the whole time. It made me jealous. I was like, man, I wish I could just be in a good mood all the time.
He was always sitting near the pizza, so I think that's why I connected those two thoughts.
Oh, yeah. What are some of the panels, the kind of, or like the special things we went to?
There was questions for a furry.
We went to questions for a furry, which was not...
She was so anxious, I got anxious.
Yeah. Well, she had to keep repeating, this is not an 18 plus Q&A. This is not 18 plus. This is not 18 plus. And that wasn't advertised. So I think a lot of people there probably came to ask 18 plus questions. And then she had to be dodgy. Because she even talked about how the fandom got toxic and she had to leave the fandom and stuff. And how the fandom isn't really healthy. Which... as someone who knows about the furry fandom, a lot of that is because of over-sexualization for people who don't want to do that part of it. Mm. So I think she was kind of beating around the furry bush.
Oh.
Without having to get too deep into it. That's just my opinion.
I hate the way that you just phrased that.
Beating around the furry bush.
Without having to get too deep into it. I just hated everything about it.
You hate me.
No, I love you.
You hate me. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Did we go to... was there a panel or anything on Friday that we went to?
Well, Friday wasn't
Oh, we didn't
con.
even go Friday.
No, Friday was just traveling.
That's why my time in my head is going boop, boop, boop. Yeah, we saw the furry person. I feel like we saw another one Saturday afternoon, but maybe not.
I'm trying to think. We kept walking into some things accidentally.
Oh, we went to the concert.
That's right, the concert. Yeah.
The guy who's-
Anime Lincoln Park.
Anime Lincoln Park. He's saying like video game.
I think his name is Sam Sky. So shout out to Sam
Sky, baby. He sounded great. He sounded really good. He seemed very tired and sweaty. He mentioned a lot about how hot it was. But he was a nice guy. We talked to him a little bit later on.
I got a free backpack from him.
Yeah. He wanted to have sex with you.
That's not what happened.
No, it's
at
not.
all.
And if he ever hears this, I don't want him or his wife to think that that's what I'm saying, because it's not. He was just promoting his stuff. But he probably did, because you're hot.
Oh, thanks, I think.
No, is that what you want? Oh, I get it. I get it. If only I was an anime Linkin Park. I want anime. That's my anime Linkin Park.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la. We went to a dance party.
Yeah.
Us and like 10 other people. It's like a rave. But again, the music was good. The lights were good. It was just there wasn't enough people there to make it feel like a rave.
I had fun, and the people there were very much having fun.
Yeah, they were bonking off the wonkers. They were having a good time.
Yeah, they were starting dance circles and conga lines. There was that one girl that kept getting on people's shoulders.
Yeah, a girl on people's shoulders. She touched my butt.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
about that. Dressed as an angel.
Oh, was she dressed as an angel?
Uh-huh.
I wonder what it's from. The anime Angel Todoroki. I couldn't think of another anime sounding word, so I went with Todoroki, but I Todoroki. Changed it up a bit. Does all this con stuff sound fun to you guys? Are you hearing this and be like, man, I want to go to an anime con? It was fun. We had a good time.
We did, yeah.
It was weird.
Sunday was the weirdest.
Tell us.
There was that concert on Sunday that wasn't really a concert. They called it the Vocaloid concert, where you go into the theater at the college and it's just pitch black in there. And up on the theater screen, they have these just, animated characters.
Yeah, like video game.
Like video game looking
but like
characters.
really low res, not very good graphics, not very detailed.
They're dancing around to music like on, Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah, it had a Dance Dance Revolution vibe, for sure.
But the thing that really was throwing me off, I don't have the background information on this, but people in the audience, when a song would end, they would clap, and then when they would see the next character come on, they would scream. Like it was their favorite celebrity.
They're like, oh my gosh, it's a boy with poofy pants and blue hair and a white shirt. I'm sure it's a very popular thing. It's got to be. But it was like, it's hard to explain. Like, you would think, like, okay, so you're picturing like a music video and the backgrounds like all come to life and there's cool backgrounds and everything, but it wasn't. It was like old Windows PC screensaver backgrounds, like just shapes changing and this little one-dimension character dancing in front of it, mostly with huge titties.
Oh, yeah. It was weird.
It was weird, but we stayed for like 30 minutes. It's a little bit I bet if you would have been high for that, it would be an experience unlike any other.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe everyone else there was.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think they were just enjoying it. I think they just experienced joy and we're jealous that they experienced that much joy.
I bet that's what it is.
Then after that, we went to what I thought was worse than the Vocaloid concert. But it was a group. Well, we've looked them up, and they're actually incredibly talented tap dancers. Like, they're good tap dancers. For this, they did not tap dance. They just choreographed, improv danced a little bit to Disney songs, and they lip synced. Lip sung?
They mouthed the words.
Mouthed the words without singing out loud. It was called a Disney sing-along, and there wasn't really many people singing along. You sang to one of your songs.
Well, we got there a few minutes late, and so maybe at the beginning they provided instructions because we were at the cosplay runway show, so we came to this one a little late.
Forgot about the cosplay runway show. That was cute.
It was
Not
cute.
a lot of people, but it's like 20 people who came up and they said who they were and they did a pose. Some people got really into it, and they were like, yeah, look at me, I'm a real character.
It made
We
me
did not have
happy.
our costumes on.
Yeah, I was happy to see them happy.
Yeah, that was cute. That was a cute one. The problem is most people left on Sunday. Like, the attendance was like half. So they did these things. Like, having the runway show on Sunday seemed foolish. I would have done it on Saturday.
Yeah, that seems like something you would do like right before the big dance that night, and you get everybody
Oh,
there.
yeah, that'd have been smart. Everyone's in there, and then you do the dance. Mm-hmm. Really smart. Look at that. You should be an event planner
I should.
for Noonan Con. You'll do it. You team up with Market Day, and y'all can use the Wadsworth for your little performance for your Vocaloids. Is that what it's called?
Vocaloid.
Vocaloid, baby.
But the Disney lip sync, we didn't know what we were getting into. Like, we didn't know that this was a group of tap dancers. We knew they were called Noise Complaint. So I thought, okay, they're going to sing Disney songs and we'll sing along with them. And it'll be like a little show. No, that's not what it was.
I think it could have been if we would have been braver.
I don't know if that was our job.
Yeah, but they put, like, the lyrics were up on the screen. It was like they went to YouTube and they found, I think that's kind of what they did. Is they went to YouTube and they found different clips, and they just played the Disney song, and the lyrics came up on screen. I am sure, copyright wise, they weren't allowed to do that.
Oh, fair.
Like, I would be shocked if Disney was like, sure, y'all can use that for your cons. Have a whole Disney thing. But maybe, I don't know how it works. I would just think that
Yeah.
probably, maybe that's why they weren't allowed to sing along. I don't know. It's like karaoke. It was karaoke, but they danced and goofed off with each other. It's hard to describe.
It is.
It's so hard to
Well,
describe.
you did a really good job when you said it was like middle schoolers doing improv.
It's like middle schoolers doing improv. Yeah. But it was adorable.
Oh, yeah, it was. I loved how happy they seemed during it.
They were so happy. And I think if there would have been 100 people in the room and everyone been singing along, and so you had the whole room like a chorus of Disney singing, and then on stage you had them doing their middle school improv stuff, I think it would have been nice.
Yeah.
I think it would have felt. And again, I saw the tap dance stuff. They were really good. They could tap dance to Disney songs and the other popular songs, and I think that's what they typically do is the tap dancing. I'm not sure why there was no tapping for this. But how do you rate TigerCon on a scale of 1 to 10?
Any criteria, or we're just going just...
Overall TigerCon experience.
Well, the experience includes you.
Okay, well,
Do
let's
they
do
get
two.
points for you being there?
Let's do one personal, like how much you personally
Okay.
enjoyed it, and one how much you would recommend it to someone else.
Kind of like your rating system.
Kind of like my rating system.
Okay, for me personally, I would say probably like maybe like a 7.5.
Okay.
For people overall, probably like a 5.
Okay. I was thinking an 8 and a 5.
Yeah.
So 7.5 is pretty. I guess I enjoyed your company a little bit more.
Wow.
So I just expected it to be like that, and I think I had a lot of fun with you. Mm-hmm. It was nice to get away and stuff. My feet didn't hurt too bad. There was a lot of time to sit. My neuropathy didn't kick my butt. My blood sugar didn't do terrible. And I expected those things to be worse for me, and they weren't. So I'd say an 8 for me. But you're going to be 7.5. That's fine.
Well, if I include the Friday, it goes up. Like if I include the whole weekend overall.
No.
And I got to get off work on Friday. I requested off work for this.
Yeah, you don't get to include. And so for someone who I would say save your money and go to a nicer con.
Yeah.
Not saying a Dragon Con. There are lots of anime cons. There are lots of different types of cons. So I would say just try to find. I think you can do better unless you live like right by Valdosta and you don't have to pay for a hotel and stuff. That would be different. Mm-hmm. I don't assume I have any listeners like that. I don't think it is. I said this to you that I think there were really good vacation, but there were probably better ways we could have spent the money.
Yeah.
And had a good time too. It's a great memory. Love it. It's so silly that it is like the way it was. But unless you're really into anime cons and you just can't get it. Like there's another one up in Atlanta at the end of November, at the end of this month. Like there's another one. I just saw it. It's like in 2 weeks.
Oh.
It's an anime con up in Atlanta. And it's like free to attend. Then it'll have stuff you can do when you're there. Not saying we should go. But yeah, I'd say a 5 is fair. We finished off our trip on Sunday with a stop at Warner Robins Buc-ee's.
Ah, yes.
That was the last. Oh, and we went to an orchard.
Yeah, the orchard was
You tell us about the
cute.
orchard. I'll tell them about Buc-ee's.
So we saw a sign for an orchard on the highway, and I have this thing where I really want to go to an orchard and pick apples, but every time I try, it doesn't work out. This was another one of those times. However, we still had a lovely visit to this kind of sort of orchard, mostly farmers market stand, but they also had hand churned ice cream.
I'm going to be honest. When I saw the sign, I thought it said hand church ice cream. And I thought it was like special ice cream being made like a little chapel.
Is that why you agreed to go?
No. Because I'm not going to eat the ice cream anyways. I had a bite of yours. But I didn't know until you repeated it the third time. that it was hand churned. I thought it was just church ice cream. Maybe I probably didn't think it was hand church, because that means something way worse.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? Catholics. Sorry, that was not true anymore. I don't think. I don't know. Do people still say Catholics do bad things?
What about me makes you think that I would be the source of this information?
It's not funny. That's sad. It's really sad
It
that all that
is,
happened.
yeah.
But I thought it said church ice cream until you kept saying it. And I wanted to point it out, but I was like, no, she'll make fun of me.
So now you tell me,
Now
and
I
everyone.
tell you and everyone, because I feel safer, because these are my people. Feel a little bit safer. Buc-ee's. This is our second Buc-ee's, right?
It is.
I don't remember what city the other one's in. It's coming back from
Alabama?
North Alabama, so whatever one is on that. And I thought that other one was nicer, which I wish I would have. Warner Robins was, it felt tighter. Maybe they're all laid out the same, but this one felt tighter, like that the aisles were a lot closer together, and the layout of when you come through and there's like a Christmas store at first. Like the other one felt wider. This one I felt cluttered, and I felt cluttered getting into the parking, and I felt cluttered waiting in line to get you your pork. What was it? Pork
It was brisket.
brisket, which was delicious. But they had a whole bathroom system for the ladies. I don't know if that's always how it is.
I don't. She was directing traffic like a school crossing guard. She's like, all right, I need 2 to the back. This one's open. If it's green, open the door. It was a whole thing.
So Buc-ee's. What do you rate Buc-ee's 1 out of 10?
Oh gosh. Well, the problem with Buc-ee's is it's so busy that I have tunnel vision and it feels like I come out a little bit traumatized. I've only done it twice.
And both times you felt traumatized.
I think both times we went on a Sunday, which is when everyone is coming back from their trip.
Yeah.
But it feels like Cracker Barrel. It smells like Cracker Barrel and Buc-ee's, which I think is the brisket and just the
Cracker Buc-ee's.
It's the
Buc-ee's
brisket
Barrel.
and the Christmas decor. It smells like Cracker Barrel.
I don't know enough about Cracker Barrels.
Well, I am a professional. I'm an expert because I worked there for like a year, like 10 years ago. So
10 years ago. It's true. If you work there for a year, you do know all there is to know about. I saw the Buc-ee's mascot. Did you see the Buc-ee's mascot over there?
no.
Yeah, on the way out, I saw the Buc-ee's mascot, and all the kids were taking pictures. Buc-ee's is genius. Don't know how they did it. I'm sure there's a great YouTube video somewhere about it, but I don't like it. I don't like big crowds. That's why I like TigerCon.
Yeah. I do think that makes it better.
So what you got planned the rest of this week, Hanley? Anything exciting?
Let's see. I don't remember anything about this week because you asked me on the spot. I was thinking about how today, when I went back to school, I had told the kids on Thursday I was going to be out. And so when I told them what I was doing, because they kept pestering me and asking me why I wasn't going to be there, they then wanted to see my costume today. So I showed one small group of them my costume. They only made fun of me a little.
Well, don't worry, because we're all done with our episode for today, and much more being made fun of is about to happen. That's how we go to bed. We lay there and hold each other and make fun of each other. Hey, you big idiot.
Hey, bigger idiot.
Accurate.